Hey guys, it's Rena. Welcome to another day of Vlogmas. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing my top 5 favorite books that I read in 2017. I had no intentions on filming this today. It was going to go up later this week, or next week I guess, but the other video I had planned for today is going to take too long and I don't have time to edit or upload. I don't even know how I'm going to get this up because I spent a good hour trying to get an SD card in my camera because it's kind of broken, but I did it and I'm here and I'm filming and so I don't have the physical copies for some of these books. But yeah, these books also did not come out in 2017. These are just my favorite books that I read this year. Okay, so starting off at number 5, I actually don't have the physical copy with me. I own it, I just have no idea where I put it. So that is More Than You Can Chew by Marnell Tokyo. I probably didn't say that right. But basically, okay, I read this near the beginning-ish of the year, and it got me into a reading kick. I used to read 4 years ago probably. I used to read a book every day, a book a day. And then when I got into high school, I kind of stopped reading that much, and I would just read maybe 10 books a year. And then this book, it set me up to read, and I read so much. It motivated me to read other books. I remembered how great books were. And now I've read 40 books this year, which has not happened in the longest time. You know, this book is about an eating disorder. I don't really have much to say about it because I'm gonna be quite honest, I don't remember that much what specifically happened in the book, but I remember enjoying it a lot, and I also remember it being about an eating disorder, and I also remember after reading that I just wanted to read every book in the universe. So honestly don't know much besides that, but it was good. And it was one of my favorite eating disorder books I've ever read. Either I don't really remember anything about it, and I don't have the book with me so I can't give you the synopsis, but it's a good book. You should definitely check it out if you read. Next at number 4, I actually got the physical copy, and that is Detached by Christina Kilbourne. I was in Kohl's or something this year and I was looking at books, and I think this is a Canadian author possibly. I don't know, and it intrigued me right away because it's about mental illnesses or mental illness, and I love reading books about that. So basically this book, I still think about it to this day, and I read it in the summer I think. It's basic, and I read it in one sitting. It's small, but I sat there and just read the whole thing. So I could not stop reading. It's about this girl who's suffering from depression who wants to kill herself, basically, and it's just you follow her thoughts about wanting to kill herself, and so obviously trigger warning, suicide, trigger warning, depression, mental illness. But yeah, she just talks about all these different ways to kill herself, and she's lying to everyone. No one really knows what she's going through, and she's also an artist, which I thought was a really cool thing to add to the book. So yeah, I have no idea what I was saying because my sister interrupted me once again. Wow. But yeah, I basically just read a lot of series this year, so I have a series to share with you. So that is, I've already talked about this on my channel, but the Mortal Instruments series, I finally got around to reading it this year, and I loved it so much. I think, did I start it this year? I'm not sure if I started it this year or last year, but I finished the whole series this year. So now I need to read the Lady Midnight or whatever it's called, Lord of Shadows. I don't know. The next series after the series. But basically it sounds so cheesy when you talk about it, but it's just so good. And it's these shadow hunters, there's werewolves, there's vampires, and I know how it sounds, but it's actually so good. And this is very modern, and they talk about modern things, which I think that's a great element to books. I love it when books are modern, because I feel every time I read a book it's they're not talking about cell phones, they're not talking about being sleep deprived and coffee and all that stuff. I don't know how many books there are. 6, I think there might be 6 books. Not sure, but I would just read book after book after book. I love this series so much, and it's definitely worth the read. So next at number 2 is the Harry Potter series, another series. I know I said this year was the year of series for me, or reading series. So if you watched one of my vlogmases, I talked about Harry Potter and that I'm still reading it, and it's my first time actually reading the books, and I don't really know what happens because when I was younger I used to rewatch the movies all the time. Every time I was with my cousins I would rewatch the movie, but I don't remember anything, and it's kind of blessed because I can relive Harry Potter, you know? But yeah, I'm on the second last book in the series right now, actually, because I just got it in the mail. Can't wait to read it. But like, these are like middle grade books or whatever, but like this is like the best series I read in my life. And not because like I don't even know what it is, like you just feel like you're a part of the book and like the world, and like you're friends with all of them, and like it just takes, and you just like, it takes you away from the real world. And like those are my favorite types of books. Like I cannot put them down because I'm like, this is so much more interesting than real life. So I mean, at this point everyone has probably read Harry Potter. I'm probably the only person in this world who's still reading it. But I'm definitely gonna finish the series soon, like probably this Christmas break, because I might have time, because I still have a job. But yeah, I love this series. I would literally just go to school, read during school, come home, and just read, because like I couldn't stop. Like life was so boring and these books were so good. Next, at number 1, you might see this coming because I talked about it, and I think I talked about how much I liked it. So that is It by Stephen King. So that's actually my favorite book I read this year. I don't have the physical copy with me because I lent it out to a friend. So you can see the nice little picture here. It took me a while to read this book, not gonna lie. Like it took me a minute and 50 years. But like, what a good book. It's another one of those books where I just feel like I'm part of the world, and like I'm part of the characters, and like they're friends. I'm experiencing the same things as them, and like those books are just so good. And like I love Stephen King's writing. He's one of my favorite authors, and like just all the little components about it was so good. If you've seen the movie, I definitely recommend you read the book. I know it's like really long, but it's one of the best books I've read in my entire life. That's why it's my favorite book that I read this year. It's just so good. All the characters are so lovable, and like I just, wow, definitely worth the read, you know? Anyways, so those are my top 5 favorite books that I read in 2017. Let me know what your favorite book you read this year was, if you did read, because I know some of my viewers do not read. Thank you guys a lot. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to smile, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another day vlogmas. Bye guys!